All right, so today we're going to look at a new trade that I'm calling the house guest. And the house guest is a variation of the hitchhiker trade I was talking about the other day. So let's back up for a second and talk about the hitchhiker. The hitchhiker is just a small, usually theta trade where we put on for like a duration of a day or just a couple hours. It's like open and closed within the same day. And these are trades where I'm trying to milk some profits out of a smaller theta position, but it's a position that can be kind of latched onto a bigger position that I have. And the goal is to either pull out some cash flow during the day, like $100 or more during the day that it's on, sometimes in just a couple hours. Or if the position moves against me and I'm able to pull any profits out of it for the day, then I can either just absorb it into like a larger income trade, kind of like the bigger income trade that it's hitchhiking on. It can just become part of that trade. Or I can just turn it into a brand new trade. It can be the first stages, the first stage legs of a brand new money glitch trade, which I'll then build off of in the following days. So that's the hitchhiker. And there's a video I made on it a couple days back. I'll leave a link to it in the description below. You can get the basics of it. But so the house guest trade is like the hitchhiker, but it's usually a little bit bigger. Doesn't necessarily have to be bigger, but a lot of times it is. And it's also like an overnight trade. It's a trade that I keep on overnight. The hitchhiker is just like a day trade. I get in and out of it during the same day, where the house guest trade is a trade that I put on for maybe 1 or 2 nights. It kind of stays with me like a house guest might. And hopefully if it works out, it's a nice house guest like this. But there's always overnight risk with these. See, the nice thing about the hitchhiker trade is it's open and closed during the same day, so I know what I'm getting. With the house guest trade, it's like an overnight trade. So there's all those hours when the market's closed where like a gap can happen, like it happened the other day, or some kind of a big move or news event or something that can just kind of wreak havoc on it and turn it from a house guest that looks like this into a house guest that looks like this. So if you could choose between these two house guests, which one would you choose? I can tell you where I put my money. So let's take a look at the house guest trade that we did last night, overnight. I actually had a couple of them on. So here's the first one. This one was a beauty, a very pleasant and well-behaved house guest, if I do say so myself. So here it is here, the house guest we had last night. And so this was, it's kind of like a combined butterfly. It's 2 butterflies combined together into one, making kind of sort of like a bigger, like a broken wing type of butterfly structure. And so this morning when the market opened, you can see that the position was up $779. This position was put on right maybe like an hour before the market closed just yesterday. So we had it overnight, woke up this morning to find this beauty, $779 in it right off the bat. But I didn't want to close it right away. I want to give it some time because the market wasn't just like racing around. It looked like the market was going to kind of stay stagnant a bit, so I could maybe milk some more profits out of this. So let's break this structure apart and look at the 2 different butterflies that make up this structure. So here's one piece of it here. So this is like an equals on either side butterfly. You can see this position by itself is up $275. And so this position is combined with this one, which is more of a broken wing butterfly. And at this moment here during the day, it was up 498. So combined together, again, it looks like this. And it's up like around $800. And the reason why it's kind of tweaked to one side like that is, well, you can see with the butterfly right now, it's delta neutral. It looks really great and balanced. But when I put it on, it just gave me some deltas that I needed. And like you can see the theta there in this. This is a 2-day trade. So these are options that expire tomorrow, Friday. Today's Thursday, and this was placed on a Wednesday. And it was placed in such a way so that the delta just worked very well with the bigger, larger structure that I have, that it could be absorbed right into if there was an issue. But you can see it bumped up the theta like 4,432. So it just like gave a big theta pop, which is where we got that profit overnight. So with this trade, I just held on to it for a couple hours, let the market, it wasn't moving around this morning. And let's take a look at where I closed it. So here it is a few hours later. You can see that we're up, getting close to the $1,000 profit mark. And I wanted to try to see if I could get past that $1,000 mark, which I did. It was like right as it began to show around $1,000 to $1,100 in profit, I decided to go ahead and peel it off. And taking the 2 pieces off, there was some slippage in there, and wound up closing the entire position out for a total profit of $965. So that's such like an overnight house guest trade, like a 1-day trade. So that was a great trade. That worked out really well. And again, the whole idea behind this is to create these little like hitchhikers and house guest trade to kind of amplify or work in tandem with my bigger trades and my money glitch trades. They kind of hitchhike onto them. And they just kind of like boost it a little bit. Just kind of amplify it, kick some extra profits off of it. So that's house guest number 1. So let's look at the next one. So here's the next one. This is house guest trade number 2. This was put on yesterday as well. And this was more of this could be absorbed into another trade if necessary, or it could be turned into the first stages of a new trade. But this trade was, super short duration. This expires tomorrow. So it was like a 2-day trade to expiration. And it was just basically taking advantage of the big move we had. I just kind of placed a bullish trade that was much higher than where we were currently trading at. And this is a specific type of a money glitch trade that I place. And the details with this is that this is a $100 profit all the way down. So no matter what happens with this trade, if it were to crash all the way down, I'd make $100. And then if it were to skyrocket up here and close above here or higher, we have a profit potential of like 16,559. The danger zone, where it can give us some issues is, as usual, it's in this sag area. And so the way that I would manage this is if it just continued to go up. We've already had like a huge run up. Let's take a look at that chart real quick. So you can see we just had this, look at this tear, like relentless to the upside, and it's sort of kind of like running out of breath here, it looks like. And for this trade to give me trouble, it had to continue up. And if it did, I'd have to deal with it, but there's a way to manage that as well. Just like there's a way to tweak it and get rid of this hump, or just kind of move it and pull it so that it kind of flattens out in here. But that wasn't an issue. So today, towards the end of the day, this was showing a profit of between 200 and 250-ish. And with this trade expiring tomorrow, I thought I'd just go ahead and take it off. And if I can get twice what I'm guaranteed to get on the downside, I thought I just might as well go ahead and close it. So this trade was closed out for a total profit of 200. So that's the house guest number 2. I had 3 house guests last night. Boy, my place was busy. Okay, so here is the third and final house guest trade. This is a money glitch trade that I put on, overnight money glitch trade. Again, placed it yesterday, kind of midday towards the end of the day, and held it overnight. And with this trade, you can see that worst case scenario to the downside is there's a profit of $50. So if SPX crashes to 0, I'm guaranteed to make $50. On the upside, you can see way up here, there's a guaranteed profit of 2011 if we're to take off. The danger zone is in here again with this sag. When this trade was placed yesterday, this sag wasn't so big like this, but again, this is a trade with the expirations that end tomorrow. So as we're always talking about, towards the end of the week is when we need to watch these trades and be really vigilant, because this thing can cause issues. But so but you can see that right here, there is this hump that forms, and as we continue into tomorrow, this pink line will continue to sort of hug this blue line up a certain point till we get to the end of the day. But basically, it's turning into this blue line. This will be bigger tomorrow, but this trade was closed. So I closed this one out for a total of 250. And this is a money glitch trade. So the last 2 ones were money glitch trades, and they can just be standalone trades, or they can be like hitchhiker house guest trades that kind of hitch on to larger trades that can be used in tandem with larger trades and kind of absolve into them, or act as the first stages of like a next week's trade if there was some sort of issue. But there was no issue with these. These were well-behaved house guests, which we like the best. So that's the update for today. Now, real quick, I had this invite going for people who are interested in trading the Vince trade, micro strategy day trade, and that's kind of winding down now. And so now I'm kind of shifting gear. So starting this weekend, I'm going to start an invite for folks who want to learn more about this money glitch trade, who want to learn the details, what they are, how to find them, how to put them on, how to manage them, how to exit them, all that good stuff. So if you're interested in learning more about these money glitch trades, just reply back to the email that brought you here. I'm going to start with a small group just to make sure I can manage it. So it's sort of on a first come, first serve basis. So if you're interested in learning the money glitch trade, just reply back to the email that brought you here, or you can go to my website and contact me there. I'll leave a link to my website in the description below. So just go over to my website, sign up for my free newsletter. When you sign up for the free newsletter, you'll get a welcome email from me. Just reply back to that welcome email in the subject line or the body of the email. Put, "I'd like to learn the money glitch trade," or "Tell me more about the money glitch trade." And when I get that from you, I'll reach out to you and we'll go from there. So again, if you're interested in learning the money glitch trade, just go to my website, sign up for my free newsletter. When you sign up for my free newsletter, you'll get a welcome email from me. Just reply back to that welcome email, and in the subject line or the body of the email, just put, "I'd like to learn the money glitch trade," or "Tell me more about the money glitch trade." All right, that's it for today. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, just go down there and click on that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.